Do you want to learn how to create fancy dashboard in Power BI? If yes, you're right on the right channel. So clicking right on this particular detail is going to teleport us to this next page on our dashboard. Now here we are. Let me show you the functionality we have right here. Maybe you would want to stay to watch more. So right now I'm going to actually come here, and if you look at this right now, it's actually it's actually on inactive. So if I actually go ahead and click on it right now, it's going to actually open the next one for us, which is numbers of art by brands. And clicking back right here is going to give me expenses by brand and all of that, or the cost of arts, and the same thing happens right here. So what does this do? This would help us to actually not to create lots of pages for our dashboard. That's a very beautiful functionality, right? So right here is very unique. You can see what we have done right here. I'm going to show you how to create everything from the scratch. Clicking back on overview is going to actually teleport us back to where we came from, and this is what it is. Beautiful, right? Okay, right now let us see how to get this done from the scratch. All right, to get started, so we have to go ahead and click on file, and from file we see this particular new right here, so we click on it. So it's going to actually help us to enter new, actually open up new Power BI. Then we get started from a blank slate. Okay, here we are. If you have just gotten the data, so you have to check what format, or what extension. Is it XCSV or Excel, extension? I'm going to click on get data right here. Let's see what is going to happen right now. Okay, right now it opens up for us multiple ways to get data and multiple sources to get data from and all of that, but we're not going to actually talk about that right now. Instead, we want to actually get data from Excel. So what you can do is just to scroll down and see connect. Now here we are, we have the file area being open for us. I'm going to go to desktop right here, and from desktop I want to click on dashboard, and I want to look to towards where we have it. So here we have this particular Superbowl commercial. I'm going to click on it, and there we have it. I'm going to actually go ahead and click on this and have it open for me. That is all we need to do. As you can see, we have lots of tables right here, but you have to know which table you really want to pull something from whatsoever. Right now, we want to consign ourselves with this particular table one right here. This is where our data lies. And quickly what I'm going to do, I'm going to go all the way down. We don't see nothing here, right? So go back right here, make sure you check this. So once you have it checked, come back right here, you're going to see this. So right now, we don't want to load straight to Power BI. We want to actually go ahead and transform this data. Okay, everyone, there we have it on a single table, which is not really cool. I'm going to actually scroll this way. You can see what I have right here on a single table. We just have to split this particular, data into different tables. We have to create our dynamic, dimension table. Dimension table. And first of all, I want to have this particular place named. So I'm going to name this one to fact table. So I have named it to fact table, and this is what it's carrying right now for now. And quickly I want to come right here and actually right click on it. So right click, you're going to see this particular duplicate, right? So click on duplicate and have it duplicated. Now we have this one duplicated. You can actually click right here and name this one dim underscore, which is dimensional table underscore what? I just have it named dimensional table underscore brands. So let's see what's going to happen right now. So what I really want to have right here is just the brand name of the company we are actually happening to run this particular analysis. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to right click on this and I'm going to say remove other columns. So there we have it quickly. We just have the brands right here, and we have lots of them with duplicates. So which we don't really want to have. So what do we do next? Next is this. So we just want to have to remove the duplicate. Right click on it again, and let's see what we have right here. Do we have that particular functionality right now? Yes, of course we do have it. Remove duplicates. So get a duplicate out by clicking on it, and there we have the unique list of brands. All right, the next we're going to do right now is for we to actually, let us go to add column. So by clicking on add column right here, we're going to see this particular index column right here. So we have different types of way we can get it. We can start from 0, start from 1, or we customize ours. But why are we going to do all that? So let us just some kind of be specific now. Start from 0. I'm going to add it from 0. I'm going to come right here. I'm going to say, now we just created a brand ID, and that is awesome. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to move it down to this particular axis right here. Good. Okay, now that we've just gotten this done, what is the next thing we need to do? Come back right here again and right click and have it duplicated again for the next one. So we just got this duplicated. So what are we going to do with this? I'm just going to make sure I double click on it and actually change this one to dimensional year. Okay everyone, there you have it. So make sure you click on the column where we want to actually have to get some kind of very unique. I'm going to actually right click on it. I'm going to say remove duplicate. Just like that we have, oh sorry for that, we just have to go. That was why we have this particular steps right here. So the duplicate we have removed, we just have to click on it and take it out. So we made a mistake, we must have clicked on that. So what I'm going to do right now, we'll have it, right click again and I'm going to say remove other columns. And we have the unique column right here, and it is time for we to get the duplicate of it. So right click on it and go to remove duplicates. There we have it. So we have the unique list of our dates. And the next thing we're going to do right now is just to make sure we click on this one rightly. And there we go. We have the unique what? We have the unique IDs. We just have to make sure we come here quickly and have it changed to year ID. Okay everyone, there we have it. The question is this: how do we make sense with this? Okay, let me show you the next step. The next step is that we just have to merge query. I'm going to come right here. I'm going to click on merge query and it's going to bring out this for me. And once I have this right now, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to come right here and select brand. So we should have our brand actually on view. So we have a lot of columns, right? So we just have to scroll to where we have our brand. So we just want to connect brand to brand right here. And once we've done that, we just want to see if this actually matches, and it actually matched for us. Now you can see we have 249 to 249. So if you're having different values, that means you have to duplicate existing in your dimensional table, which should be actually just one unique list wherever. So right now, what are we going to do? I'm going to click right here. I'm going to say, okay, let's see what we have. Right now, we have this table right here. So the next we're going to do right now is just for we to click on this particular part here. And once we have this open, we want to actually go ahead and uncheck this and uncheck everything. We just need the brand ID. That is all we needed to have right in there. So I'm going to click on OK. And here we go. We have the IDs. And quickly, I'm just going to scroll down to where we have the brand. So right now we have the ID right here, which means we don't need the brand again. I'm going to right click. I'm going to say remove. And it's going to take my brand off here for me. That is exactly what we need to do. And quickly, I'm going to do the next one again. Here we go. Go to year. And here we go. We have our year right here. It matches the year for us. Let's see. If you can look at what we have right here right now, it's giving us error. The selection matches the row of 249 rows from this first table. So which means we don't have to select this. We just selected the wrong one. So I'm going to select this and let's see if this match for us. Okay, it's a match. A good match. I'm going to come right here. I'm going to click on OK. There we have it. So now we're going to actually have to click on this and we just have to select this and we just need the ID. I'm going to click on OK right here. And there we have it. Quickly, I'm going to go all the way to where we have the year right in. And I'm going to come right here quickly and just say, okay, good day. I don't want you again. Okay, all of our stuff is actually being recorded for us, so we can quickly amend things if need be. And we just can actually right click on it and some kind of rename this to something that, whoever inherit this particular report or dashboard, whatever you want to call it, would definitely know what's going on right here. Can you see what I have right here right now? Just very simple. I removed date column. That is all. So whoever comes right now would like, oh, this is what he did. That is all about that. So guys, we are done from here. Quickly, we are done. So if there's anything, we'll come back again and amend it. So now what are we going to do? It is time to load this to a Power BI environment. What are we going to do right now? Just say close and apply. Yeah, here we go. Close and apply. And it's going to actually apply itself right here. So just give it some moment. It depends on the speed of your machine. It's going to get itself right here. Okay, now we have the data right here, all the tables right here, the dimensional table and the fact table. So let us go to this particular aspect here where we have this module. So right now we're going to see that we have all the tables. I'm going to have this one closed for now. I'm going to actually have to scroll down and here we go. I'm going to move this right here. That is it. So we got it. So here we go. We have the two tables and the fact table is right here. I'm going to put the fact table to be at the top and we can actually bring this one down. Okay. So here we go. So we can decide to actually collapse this, and it's going to show us the two IDs we have. That is beautiful. So here is the table view of our data. So we don't have to do anything right now. Let us quickly go back to the visualization, sorry for that, the visualization aspect. So right now we have the first page right open. So I'm going to go quickly down to this particular aspect here. I want to go to page background, and I want to click right here, and let's see what it is. I'm going to go to more, and this is the color we're going to use for it. So you can see the color we have right here, E6, 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 and all that. So we just have to go and click on OK. Then there we have it. So we just have to go and have this one 56. I'm gonna put it on 56, and here we go. So you can see the background color get to change right now. It's okay, it's cool. Okay everyone, let me have this particular aspect collapsed so that we can see what we're doing very well. So I'm gonna go to insert, and from insert I want to click on this particular text box right here, and I want to type in something inside here. Okay, we just need to be speedy and actually cut out where it's not important. So right now I have this typed in, I've changed the color and all that, so you can actually go ahead and do the same thing, you would get it. Okay, after what I've done with that, I want to go ahead and actually click on this particular part right here where it says background. So I'm going to turn it off, so we don't want any background for it. So now it's going to affect this one here, so we just have to quickly highlight it, and before then let us put the background on again. Okay, let us turn it off. All we need to do is just to make sure we stretch it out of that. So now it's cool. So it's cool. So we just have to make sure we put it at the right spot in the middle of the of that. So just make sure you move it. So once we have it in the middle, you're gonna see this particular red that actually divide it for you. So let it go, and there we have the first part of this. The next thing we need to get is actually going to the top level right here and go to shapes and pick on this particular line. So once you have picked the line, just bring it to the top level right here. So I just want to make sure you go ahead and make it some kind of smaller. So I have it this way, and I'm going to actually have to make sure it goes like this. And I want to have it up and up down to this particular aspect. So once you're done with here, so what we can do right now is just to quickly go to this particular outline here. And I want to come right here and put this on 3 points. So it's going to be on 3 points, right? So we want to have to change this to this particular color. Let's see how this look like and all that. So now you can see what we have right here right now. It's beautiful. Okay, next is for we to actually have it clicked on and copy it and have it pasted. So once we've done that, we just have to move this away a little bit. So once we have done that, we want to go right here and make this just 1 point. This is what we have. So it's going to have a thin line, so we just have to move it right here and bring it all the way down, and we have to release it and just come back and actually have it copied, have it pasted, and bring this one right here and all that. So it's going to actually help us to create this particular nice way. So we just have to make sure we align it properly. Okay, right now we have this. What is the next step? The next step is this. Okay, let us insert a card. I'm going to click on this particular aspect right here. I'm going to pick this type of card, and once I have it clicked on, this is what it's going to give to me. So I want to resize it a little bit for now. I don't like the curveness, so we want to reduce the curveness. And how do we do that? So I'm just going to come to this particular part right here where it says shape, and what we need to do is just to have this reduced. Can you see that right now? Just reduce it a little bit until you have your desired curve, all that. So let's say we are cool with this. I'm going to have it closed right now. So for the fill color, we just want to have it on white, and there we go, we have it. So now we have cool with this. Now we just have what we call outline, and the outline is going to be this particular kind of outline, and I want to put it on 3 point if I'm correct. So now it's going to be on 3 point, but if it is too much for us, we can go ahead and use this kind of outline, and there we have it rightly. So let us make sure we resize this and actually situate it right where it should be. Okay, now I just resized it and I have it right here, but right now what is going to go in here is very important. So now it is time for we to actually get to do the most interesting part, which is writing tags. Alright, I want to go back to home, and if I'm right at home, I always love to organize my tags, all the measures I've created in one single table. I'm going to go to enter data right here. Let us give it some time. So now there we have it. So I'm going to actually call this one my measure table. So measure table, and I'm going to click on load. So give it a while, it's going to have itself right here. Okay, right now there we have it, right? Measure table. I'm gonna have it opened up and all that. So now it is time for me to get things right on board. Coming back to the previous one, what we have right here is just for we to display estimated ad cost by brand. So with different types of brand we have, as you can see, we have 10 brands right here, and we have 23 years of data right in here. So right now, if we click on this particular part right here, it's going to give us, how many ads of this particular ad, and how many ads did this particular company had ever placed and all of that. So we are seeing this, and this is what it is. So now we have it existing, but we cannot really make sense with it because we want to have to branch using some other criteria whatsoever. So it is time for we to go ahead and start to create our own DAX the way it should be. So going back to the new one we are creating right here we go. So we have it opened up, and the first we're going to create is this. I'm going to come right to this particular aspect here, home, and from home we can see we have measure. So I'm not here to actually tell you what is measure, what is calculated column whatsoever. Those are the elementary aspects. If you don't get familiar with all this, so you have to learn that to make sure you are looking good. So I'm going to come right, I'm going to say total record. So now this is going to help us to actually count how many records we have in our table. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to say, I believe you know what function I'm about to use. So I'm going to use controls, and what controls is looking for is actually the table. So don't forget to have what we call fact table. So we have a fact table right here, and that is all. Just have it closed and hit enter. So we've just gotten this created. So if we go right here right now, you're going to see the fact table we have right here. If I come here, let me show you what it is. So now here is our fact table. The fact table contains huge data. Like if we actually some kind of run analysis and financial data right now, it will be where we have our sales right sitting in. So now going back right here, so we have that calculated right now. This is what it is that we have, right? Okay, it is the high time we create our first chart. So click out, and here we go. We just have to make sure we click on this. And there we go. We just have to make sure we select the right chart for it, and that is the right chart. But now we don't have any dimension right to make it work. So we just have to go to where we have our brands. So not the ID, but this. Click on it. It's going to actually have itself at the right spot, and there we have it. So we have this right here. So we just have to make sure it sits right here. And I'm going to actually make sure I take it up. So we need to do some formatting for this. Just make sure you bring it all the way down a little bit and come right here. And so let us take your time to have this formatted correctly, just for you to have a beautiful dashboard. So here we go, nicely. So once we've just gotten this right now, you can see we want to have this particular axis removed, and this one removed as well. And this particular total records, we want to have it changed to something very beautiful. So let us see how we can do that. So come back right here and click on this particular aspect. And first of all, this is what it is. If I go ahead right now, let me just go on full screen. If I turn this off, it's going to take all this off, which is what we don't want to happen. I'm going to have to open it up. I'm going to click here and have it opened. So once I have it open, I'm going to scroll all the way down. So now here we have it. So I'm going to actually have to just make sure the brand goes off, and that is exactly what it is that we need to do. After what I've done with that, this is where we're going to actually deal with right now. I'm going to actually make sure I scroll all the way to the top level right here. I'm going to have this closed for now. So now if we go ahead and turn this off right now, we are still going to have this particular part right here existing, but we don't want that to happen. How do we get this off? So come back here. Now we turn it on. So we have to go open it up for the first time. And once we have done that, we just have to scroll all the way down. So let's see, we have to scroll all the way down, and then we turn off the title. The title is being turned off right now. It's not more there. So I think that will guarantee us to go all the way back to the top level and turn off the y-axis right now. Quickly, you must have seen that it's gone, right? So this is what it is that you're trying to do. Okay, now the chart has a background, so we want to get the background off it. So make sure you have here clicked on and scroll all the way down to where we have our background, and we want to take the background off. So I'm going to turn it off and quickly want to click on title right here. Okay, now on the title aspect, So I'm going to highlight it and take it off all. So I'm going to type in number. So now this is what I have. So if I go back right now, you can see number of arts by brands, and I'm not convinced with where we have it. So I'm going to scroll all the way down. So I want to have it centralized in the middle, and I want to change I want to change the font type for it. So changing the font type is going to be this one here. I'll click right on it, and I want to change it to something like Comic Sans, MS, whatever. So let us see what it is. This is what we have, and I want to make sure the color some kind of matches this color we have right here. So we just have to scroll back all the way down and go scroll up, and here we have the color, and we just have to make sure we use the same color for it. And there we go. So we have something like this. Beautiful. Okay, we are done with this. It's time for we to create the next chart right now, which means we have to get this one, copy, Ctrl V, we help us to paste it down, and we have to bring this all the way down right here. So we just have to make sure this one is going to be bigger than that one. So something like this will be cool for us. So now that we have gotten this right now, what do we want to have right here? It's almost the same thing, right? So what we need to do right now is just for we to get this one some kind of copy, then grab it, duplicated. I'm going to bring it all the way down right here. So we just have to take it up a little bit, and I want to have to make sure I take it up right now. So now we don't need the brand. What we just need to have right here right now, I want to have this closed. Go to this particular year and bring the year right here. So now this is what we have, but this chart is not too awesome for this. So what I want to use right now, let us go ahead and see this, right? This is beautiful. I love this. I think I want to use something like this. It's cool. Okay, now that we have gotten this, we just want to format it a little bit to make sure it looks very nice on our dashboard. Okay, we are going to do the formatting. Let us quickly go back to insert and come to this particular, shapes right here and pick this particular circle. And here we go. We have the circle right here. I'm going to actually make it a little bit smaller. Something like this will be cool for me. Yep, I think I love this. I want to move it to the top level right here. I want to move it down to this particular aspect, and this time around I want to change my color because I don't love this color for now. We're going to use this color, but not right now. So come right here, click on it. I want to change the color of the chart for the first time, so you know what it is. So just go to where we have our chart color to be changed right on. So we're going to go to data color. I want to come right here. I want to pick this color right here. And there we go. Oh, too much. I don't love this. So I'm going to go right and take a look at this. Okay, this is cool. So I want to use the same color for this particular part of the strip right here. So go to fill color and click on this. And the color we just got selected is this. I'm going to have it, right? So we might want to have something more darker than what we have right here. I think this time around I want to have to use this, right? So once I have gotten this right here, I'm going to actually have to copy and paste it. I'm going to bring this one all the way down to this particular aspect here. And I'm going to have it released, and this is what it is that we have. Okay, right on the previous one, if I click on this particular chart we have right here right now, it's just going to get the whole thing filtered. Everything just get filtered right here. It tells us that we have just 20 years data available right now. If I click on this one, it's going to give us more information about this and all that. So the same thing happens, like if I go ahead and just select it and come right here and actually make sure I have this selected right now, which is 2019. It's going to actually give us in 2019 how many companies actually placed ads. It's just 9 companies out of the 10 companies we have, if I am not mistaken, and all that. It gives us more and all of that. So now how do we go ahead and create this? Let's do that. So going back right here, now we don't have anything to actually get this particular place being some kind of populated. So when I click back right now, so how do we do this? I'm gonna go ahead and go to menu measure. So we have to create another measure by writing a very simple DAX to do this. I believe you know what I'm about to do, right? So I'm gonna come right here and say total brands, number of brands. I'm gonna use the hash key to actually be number brands. It's gonna be what? It's gonna be equal to count. So this time around I want to use what we call distinct, distinct count. It's gonna be distinct. Okay, here we go, distinct count. And what it is that I want to count? I want to count my brand ID. And the brand ID I want to count right now is going to be the one sitting in the what? In the fact table column. So here we go, we have it, right? I'm going to have it close, and that is all we need to do. I'm going to hit enter and all that. So we've just gotten this done. So the next thing again, I'm going to actually have to create another measure and quickly, okay, now we have to get our number of year right here. So type year. How many years of data do we have? That is what we're trying to do. So we're going to still use the same distinct count again. So we just want to do the distinct count, and what we want to count, we want to count from where we have the, the fact table that carries the date for us. So we just have to scroll all the way down to get it. Okay. So here we go, we have the year ID right here. So we just have to quickly close this and hit enter, and that is all we need to do. So we've just gotten everything we really wanted right from here. So it is time for me to get it right here. For the brand, I want to click on this right here. So bring it up, and here we go for the brand. So we don't want to have it on any chart, so just want to have it on its normal card, and there we have it on normal card right here. So we don't want to have this particular brand beneath it. So what do we do to have it removed? Come right here and go to this particular category aspect here and click on category. It's going to actually have it hidden. So that is beautiful. Okay, quickly, what do we want to do? We want to have it right in here for now. So just have to make sure I make it a little bit smaller. So once I've done that, I want to come to this particular data label and change the data label. Now I want to scroll all the way down, and the background, I'm going to turn it off. Turn the background off. It's still on. Click on turn off. So here we go. So you can actually quickly move it down to the particular aspect right now, and then I just have to go ahead and change the color of that. Go back to the top level, go right here and change the color to something like white color. Really cool. So there we go, we have it like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and just double this and have it right here. So we don't need to do any formatting again for this once we have this one right here right now, because already the formatting is right on it. So all we need to do right now is just for we to make sure we deselect this one and have the year right here, and here we go. Can you see what we have right now? This is beautiful, but right now what story does it tell? Nothing. It tells no story. So what are we gonna do? We just have to make sure we go back to insert, go to insert, or still we can come right here and have this one copied and paste it, and we just have to make sure we bring this one all the way down to this particular aspect here. So we just have to bring it down. I'm gonna actually have to get this like this. Would be cool for me. I'm gonna make it a little bit, something like this. So we want to quickly go to where we have the outline. We want to change the color to the same color we are using right now. I want to change this to this color, and quickly I want to have it duplicated. I'm gonna bring this one down to this particular aspect here, down here, and there. Okay, I want to actually, look as if it's some kind of connected together. So you just have to take a little time to get your work formatted nicely. That is going to look very well. So now do you see what we just got in right now? So the next thing I'm going to do right now is for me to get my text box right in. Okay, sorry, that is it. The text box is going to be right here. And what am I going to do with text box? I'm going to type in my brand. That is it. Okay, now there we have them. So we can see that it now tells some stories. So what we need to do is just to make sure all this particular charts right here has to do to match and all that. So right now the filter is actually working well. That is one thing I love about Power BI and all that. So Excel is cool, but Power BI isn't a great tool you can actually use for analysis. It's going to give you what you really want. So right now let us see how we can actually match the color to feel good. Okay, now the next thing we're gonna do right now is just for we to go back to go back to shape, and quickly we just have to pick this particular kind of shape right here, and there we go. So we can actually go ahead and move it and actually go ahead and actually get it those way. Okay, what if I don't want to use this particular kind of card? I want to go to the top level and I want to locate on that card I'm gonna use something like this. That is beautiful. I love it. So I can actually go ahead and situate it right down the way it should be. I'm gonna have to expand it, open it up, and all that. And quickly I want to go ahead and change the color to this particular card to something very beautiful. So I'm gonna go to fill color, and I want to choose the color we had been using before to be consistent and all that. So here we go. We have this particular kind of color right here. And all we need to do is just to have this particular card duplicated into two to fit into what we really want to do. Let's do that. Okay, now we have two of the cards right here. So what are we gonna do with the card? How do we make sense with these particular cards we have right here right now? It's simple and easy. Let us show more information about the dashboard we are creating. Okay, before we go ahead and start creating, we have this particular data dictionary right here that's going to actually help you to navigate through your data set to understand what the data is all about, because I told you we have some bunch of falses and links right on our data set. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Can you see all this right here? So you cannot make sense with this without you having to use that particular data dictionary or somebody to actually tell you what each column stands for and how you should use them. Okay, take for example, right here we have this particular estimated cost, right? So which gives us 2.1. We cannot really tell if this 2.1 is in million or in thousand whatsoever. So we just have this right here, and we have the TV view to be 8 point something right here. We can't tell what it is, but with the data dictionary, it tells us vividly what single column is all about. And there we know that when we have that particular TV view, right, it's going to be in millions, and the estimated cost for each ad on each year is actually displayed in millions. But it doesn't really display a huge number for us, but it just gives us some kind of decimal point. So we can still make sense with that, right? Let's see how we can actually go ahead and create that particular part we just left right now. Okay, here we are again. Okay, before we begin, let me walk you back to the data dictionary right here. So we have what we call funny ads, which means we have two different types of ads. So we have funny ads and we have serious ads. So now they just appear in true and false. So now if I take you back to the data set we have, right, for it, so we just have to understand something before we start to create something. Okay, right on the funny ad columns, what we have is just the true and falses. So we just want to make sense with this. So which our ad is funny and which our ad is serious, and we just want the company to make decision based on these two particular ads and see which one should they get serious about when they want to run their next ads. And quickly, what I'm going to do right now is just for me to come right here and get this one duplicated, copy and paste it. So once we have it pasted, I'm going to make sure I move this right here. And quickly, I just want to make sure I just type in here like funny. So I'm going to type in here, so funny ads. So once I've done this, what I'm going to do next is just for me to actually highlight it and come right here and select a font for it. I'm going to select something like this. And quickly, I just want to make sure it's kind of like go to 16. Let's see what 16 is going to be like. And I want to put it on bold and stuff like that. So I can still go ahead and actually change it to 20. Okay, let's see if we have it open up right now. We have something like this. That is beautiful. So cool. So the next thing we're going to do is just for we to duplicate it and actually have it secondly down. So we just have to make sure we change the color. I want to go right here and have the color change to white. Okay, fine. Now that we have it on white color, you can decide to go ahead now and have it duplicated. Copy and paste it. And now we just have to make sure we take this one down right here. So now we just have to say, okay, right here is going to be our serious ads, right? So serious ads. Now we get this bold of them right there. So what are we going to do with this? We're going to make sense with this, but we have to write some DAX, and it's going to be some kind of a little bit tricky to write that DAX because we have true and false. So if you don't use your idea to like, how am I going to do this to branch out from this particular DAX of a thing, it's going to be a little bit complicated. So we'll do that, and we would have to create something beautiful as what we just have here right now in the next video. Okay, thanks for watching. Just practice the little one we have just do right now. When we come back, we'll know what to do to create something as beautiful as this. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not subscribed my YouTube channel, because more and more will keep coming. Okay, hit the like button, leave a comment, ask questions if you think you have a question to be asked, and if you think something is actually not really working well and you want to address it, so use the question part, right, like the comment part to actually leave a comment to ask me any question you want to ask me. Alright, thank you very much. Amazing here, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. So click on the next video and start watching. Peace up.